Prime Minister Narendra Modi to inaugurate the Shaurya Samarak in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. War memorial to be dedicated to martyrs who laid down their lives in service to the nation. In a major boost to quality technical education in Jammu and Kashmir, Cabinet clears setting up of Indian Institute of Management in Jammu, which will have an additional campus in the Kashmir Valley. Mechanism for fixing ethanol price also green signalled. Stage is set for winter session of Parliament after Cabinet Committee on Parliament Affairs meet. Centre set 16th of November as the date for the start of month-long winter session. Session likely to prove crucial for implementation of the goods and services tax. Host nation India all set to welcome world leaders from Brazil, Russia, China and South Africa and other countries for the 8th BRICS Summit and BRICS BIMSTEC Summit to be held in Goa from tomorrow. BRICS finance ministers and central bank governors to meet in Goa today. Commerce and Industry Minister Nirmala Sitharaman hosts trade ministers from BRICS countries ahead of the BRICS Summit. Minister adopts framework for cooperation dealing in small and medium-sized enterprises, services, intellectual property rights and trade promotions. First BRICS Trade Fair inaugurated by Vice President Hamid Ansari. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley has said India has most open FDI policy. Addressing a seminar on BRICS investment flows in Mumbai, the Finance Minister said domestic reforms will cushion India from the impact of global slowdown. Jaitley expressed hope that investment inflow would improve and fears about free trade will subside once US presidential election is over. Consumer Price Index-based inflation declined to 4.3% in August from 5.05% in previous month. Earlier, the RBI had targeted inflation at 5% by March 2017. However, the government has come out with inflation target of 4% plus minus 2%. CBI has registered 3 cases to probe incidents of violence and arson during the Jat quota agitation in Rohtak in February. One of the cases is related to alleged arson at residence of Haryana Finance Minister Captain Abhimanyu during the agitation. US singer Bob Dylan has been awarded the 2016 Nobel Prize for Literature, becoming the first songwriter to win the prestigious award. The 75-year-old rock legend received the prize for having created new poetic expressions within the great American song tradition. His songs include The Wind and the Times That They Are a-Changin'. Portugal's former Prime Minister Antonio Guterres was appointed as the next Secretary General of the United Nations by the General Assembly. The 193-member state of the powerful General Assembly adopted the resolution by acclamation, appointing 67-year-old Guterres as the 9th UN Secretary General to take over from Ban Ki-moon, whose tenure will end on December 31st. Thailand's most revered king Bhumibol Adulyadej passes away, and 7-decade-long reign as the world's longest ruling monarch. 63-year-old crown prince to succeed the king. President and Prime Minister of India express heartfelt condolences. Florida officials announces a new area of Zika transmission in the Miami region, where the state believes 2 women and 3 men have been infected by the virus. Last month, US health officials urged pregnant women to consider putting off all non-essential travel to Miami due to the Zika virus. At least 17 people, most of them rebels, were killed in a car bomb blast at an opposition checkpoint in the northern Syria province of Aleppo. The blast hit near the town of Azaz, close to the border with Turkey. The UN Children's Agency UNICEF said 5 in 6 children under 2 years old in developing countries are not getting enough of the right kind of food, putting them at risk of irreversible mental and physical damage. UNICEF added half of children aged between 6 and 23 months are not being fed frequently enough. India produces a spirited fight before going down 1-3 against favourites Brazil in the last match of the BRICS Under-17 football tournament in Goa.